Dude, it really has been too long though. Like, how's your family doing?
Yeah, they're doing good. Not much has changed really.
Dude, it's good to hear, man.
What are you guys doing for the vacation?
Spring break?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really think I have any plans. I don't think my family's planning on doing anything either, so I'm probably gonna be hanging around here. What about you, Eric?
I'm heading to Boston tomorrow to see my girlfriend for the rest of the week.
I'm going down to Texas to see my grandparents.
No shit, where in Texas?
They live outside of Houston in Katy. They got a nice place down there. It's a ranch, and going down there, you always get to see the large amount of stars, and it's honestly really peaceful.
You better enjoy it while you can. You haven't heard?
Outside. Heard of what?
There's a virus apparently going around China, and it's apparently making its way around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Check this out.
Like, just recently?
Yeah, this has been on the news and stuff for the past few days now. Check this out. I heard there's already some cases in Europe.
Jesus. You think it's that serious?
Do you guys think it's gonna make it to America?
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting right now. Kena Whitworth is in Seattle, has the latest for us. Good morning, Kena.
Hey, Robin, good morning. So that patient is a man in his 30s. He is in the hospital here behind me. Now, officials are describing his condition as satisfactory, but he will remain in isolation for at least the next couple of days. They will continue to monitor him as well as the healthcare providers and patients he came into contact with after testing positive for the coronavirus.
Try to put us to down. Talking about my generation, just because we get around.
Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States.
The risk for all of us of becoming infected will be increasing.
The number of cases soaring just today.
Eerily quiet in the city that never sleeps.
The coronavirus now has 1 in 4 Americans living in lockdown.
The breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight from 4 state governors as the coronavirus pandemic spreads. New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut all ordering non-essential employees to stay home. Those orders cover 75 million people across the United States.
City, a state of emergency declared as well. Tonight, more than 1,300 people sickened in the U.S. At least 39 have died in this country. At least 45 states now and the District of Columbia reporting cases. Additional school districts shutting down today. Now 4.9 million school children across the country at home.
Why don't you all fade away?
let's say you go into you can do this in a room. It's quite fun to do it just when you're sitting in a room, like a room, maybe your bedroom. You can sit there and just sort of meditate on it and think, okay, if I wanted to spend 10 minutes making this room better, what would I have to do? And you have to ask yourself that, right? It's not a command, it's like a genuine question. And things will pop out in the room that you like, there's a stack of papers over there that's kind of bugging you, and you know that maybe little order there would be a good thing, and there's some rubbish behind your computer monitor that you haven't attended to for like 6 months, and the room would be slightly better if it was a little less dusty and the cables weren't all tangled up the same way. And like, if you allow yourself just to consider the expanse in which you exist at that moment, there'll be all sorts of things that'll pop out in it that you could just fix. And I might say, well, if you were coming to see me for psychotherapy, the easiest thing for us to do first would just be to get you to organize your room. You think, well, is that psychotherapy? And the answer is, well, it depends on how you conceive the limits of your being. And I would say, start where you can start. If something announces itself to you, which is a strange way of thinking about it, as in need of repair, that you could repair, then, hey, fix it. You fix 100 things like that, your life will be a lot different. I often tell people too, fix the things you repeat every day, because people tend to think of those as trivial, right? You get up, you brush your teeth, you have your breakfast, you have your routines that you go through every day. Well, those probably constitute 50% of your life. And people think, well, they're mundane, I don't need to pay attention to them. It's like, no, that's exactly wrong. The things you do every day, those are the most important things you do. Hands down. All you have to do is do the arithmetic. You figure it out right away. So 100 adjustments to your broader domain of being, and there's a lot less rubbish around, and a lot fewer traps for you to step into. And so that's in keeping with Jung's idea about erasing once you've got your mind and your emotions together, and once you're acting that out, then you can extend what you're willing to consider yourself and start fixing up the things that are part of your broader extent.